Hey everybody, Vanessa01 with my Littlebird commentary I was talking about. Now I actually have to preface this game by saying I didn't go 20-0, I went 21-1. Yes, I thought I did actually manage to have a flawless one with it, but I didn't. Anyway, getting into it, it's heavily edited too. 18-minute game or so, I took it down to about 10 minutes. A lot of the actions I do are kind of rinse and repeat, you know, go behind this building, fly this route. So you only need to see those once or twice, you know, you don't need to actually see them over and over and over and over again. I really do wish this chopper was on more maps. On Carg Island it'd just be bloody brilliant to have one of these flying around. But, you know, got it on Nosehairs Canal here. Pretty much the only map really for it. I mean, you have it on Damavan, but it's next to useless on Damavan Peak. Yeah, this one it's pretty essential actually on Conquest to have the little birds up and around and spotting targets. Very, very useful for spotting targets. Well, it is a scout helicopter, so spotting targets is part of its job, I guess. But yeah, I haven't got much unlocked for it. I end up getting, I think, extinguishers this round. But I would like to get the air-to-ground missile. Be very useful on Nosehairs. Be 10 times more useful on Carg Island. I really can't let that go. I fucking wish this fucking thing was on Carg Island. Can't understand why. I play on PC a bit more and have a bit of a go with it on Carg Island, I think. Now, one thing you got to remember too is when you've got the two little birds up, you got to keep an eye out for where the other guy is. Okay, because you are going to run into each other if you don't. Because everyone's, you know, taking their own path and that. I think Ozzy almost hit me then. And we have a moment coming up in a second where it's like, oh shit. And I just let go of the throttle and drop down below him. But it's essential when you're in the Little Bird to keep pressure on the heavy tanks. You don't do much damage. You can do some, but you don't do much. Keep an eye out for this bloody Z11 as well. It'll be a real pain in the arse. Good tactic to use is hit him with your air-to-air missiles first, switch to your guns and finish him off. Don't rely on the air-to-air missiles, you know, reloading those and trying for a second hit. Just switch straight to your guns and finish him off that way. Yeah, a lot of people should be using the Stinger missiles. We got very fortunate. They did towards the end start bringing Stingers in, but at the start there they just were not, you know, hitting us with the Stinger missiles, and it was very easy for us to stay up in the air and do a lot of damage. Now the ECM is a good thing to have with the choppers, whether it be attack helicopter or the scout helicopter. It will disrupt the enemy lock-on, also enemy missiles that are inbound, kind of acts like flares in that way too. But it is a good add-on to have, good perk to have for your chopper, gadget, whatever you want to call it. And the air-to-ground missile is a great benefit against tanks and that. Now the technique with the Stinger lock-ons, use your flares of course, very obvious, but to break the lock-on you use the structures on the map, be it crane or the big gantry train. Oh, there we fucking go, there's a bit of a collision right there. So yeah, so as I was saying, you really got to watch out for each other. But yeah, I get very unlucky right here. I get very, 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 very close. Watch it. You can see it's so close. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, that was unfortunate. That was my one death right there. But I come back in with a vengeance and I actually get this fucker. Get him. But what you have to remember is that big crane off to the right hand side of the map there will block any lock on. So you'll spend most of your time doing that route where you come over the C flag, then back around and then down behind this crane, then pop back up and rinse and repeat. That's a lot of what I did, and that's why I had to cut the video down a lot. A lot of it was that kind of action, you know, over and over and over again. You want to have belt speed on as well with the choppers, with a scout chopper especially. One solid burst, you know, from start to finish will destroy a Jeep, no worries. I got the extinguisher right there. Don't really ever use the extinguisher, but some people probably do. I haven't found it too useful though. So I'm spinning around trying to shake that rocket, because remember, if you deploy your flares and you haven't shifted your position, you are still or likely to be hit, you know, by that missile. You have to really deploy your flares and move very quickly. You know, usually putting it into a nosedive is very helpful to gain a lot of speed and also to shift your position. So you come behind the crane, break the lock on, pop back up. Now one thing you really have to do when you've been locked on all the time is try and find the bastard. Okay, now I've keeping an eye out and trying to find the plume of where he's fired up, and I found him right there. He's standing out in the open. What an idiot he is. But yes, that's probably the best way to do it. You've got to look for that puff of smoke, and then the vapor trail of the rocket coming up, or the missile actually. No, some rocket. It's not a rocket, it's a missile. Jesus Christ. See, there's another one coming up. Pretty much in the same position the guy is. So, not really, you know, trying to hide himself too bloody well here. So I can't believe I didn't get him. But I've got a Aussie repairing me inside. Now a lot of people are going to be saying, oh, you fucking repair it inside. Everybody does it. And if you don't do it yourself, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. So you may as well do it also. So now they're getting really pissed off that we've been up in the air for this long, and they've decided to bring out stingers galore. So I'm just constantly getting locked on, and that can be very frustrating, eh, when you're just consistently having that lock-on sound. It's just all the time, every fucking second. Chopper's back up again. Got air warfare medal right then. Just remember your first two missiles into it, finish it off with your miniguns. I'm so glad they put side seats on these things too. That was one of the things when they were asking for feedback beginning of, I think it was last year. Be saying that now, hey, last year. I remember Zinto, Daniel Matros was saying, what do you want to say? Oh, well, I thought Littlebird side seats and all this, and I was so fucking glad when we got into the game and they were there. Actually side seats on the Littlebirds. I was so happy about that. But see, rinse and repeat, mate. You break the lock on by using this building, pop back up. You know, kind of assess the situation. What are you seeing? You know, this is, I found out where they're shooting from again. They've moved over to this side of the map. It's this guy down here having a go at me. So I'll take care of him. And make sure I try to keep a little altitude, because of the 50 cals can reach quite high now, which was one thing in Bad Company 2 that was quite a piss off, is how the turrets of the tanks couldn't quite reach up, and this time around they can pretty much reach right up at you. So you do have to keep that altitude and keep yourself kind of over the target, and he won't be able to get you as easily. But they're utilising the tanks a bit too much to try and get the choppers. Relying on those 50 cals to take them out is not the way you want to go. You really do have to bring in your Stinger missiles to take care of the choppers. It does, you know, take away your RPG or your small, and it can be quite an annoying thing when you have a tank to come up against and you pull out a Stinger missile which will do nothing. So Ozzy said to me, oh, the chopper's up, and I'm like, where the fuck is the chopper? Well, where? And he said, it's fucking right in front of you. Where's in front of me? I don't know. Fucking spinning and where? And he's right fucking there. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of the game right now, as I get the two missiles off and the get the impact, and then the game ends. So yeah. So what you got to remember is use the buildings, use the terrain, get low, deploy your flares, shift your position after you've deployed your flares, and just keep the spotting going. It's the easiest way to help your team out. You're the one with the bird's eye view of the battlefield, so you know, do your job by hitting that spot button and make it very easy for your team to win. So I hope you enjoyed that. I might have another video coming out later on for you tomorrow. There's a bit more SKS gameplay actually. I had a pretty good one tonight on Striker Karkan. And I'll talk a little more about the tactics we like to use on that map to help us win. So I'll catch us again next time. And thanks for watching.